Hi, we're on Avenue B in the Lower East Side, Manhattan. We have Union Square to the west, the water to the east, downtown to the south, and Stuyvesant Town right here. It's a really great neighborhood, but this will be one of the first places to flood the city when sea levels rise. And we at Future Waterproof Corporation know how people feel about climate change and the rising sea levels, so we're here to engage the community about it. How do you feel about rising sea levels in New York City?
I'm a little bit concerned about it because my parents live by the beach in Rockaway, so
Okay.
I'm concerned that they face, danger.
What about Manhattan itself being an island?
Haven't really thought about it too much.
Do you see any job opportunities that would come about with the rising sea levels and the climate changes?
Nothing I can think of now.
No positivity at all with construction, transportation?
Well, you mean that if there was some way to raise the levels of homes? Yeah, I guess there would be some jobs in the construction area.
Seawalls, buildings?
Seawalls, yes. Yeah.
How do you think it would affect your children's lives?
I guess that's a good question because I have two kids and I haven't really thought about that, but I guess they're just going to have to adapt. They might have to move, they might have to move inland or something.
Migrate.
Yeah, migrate.
Well, thank you very much for your time. Let Michael
Okay.
Meyer, our CEO, know how you
Okay.
feel about it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day. How do you feel about rising sea levels in New York City with global warming and the climate change?
Terrible.
You think it's terrible?
Terrible, yeah.
What do you see what will happen in New York City if it were to happen? How would your lives be affected?
I think everything's gonna flood. Yeah.
Everything's going to flood?
Like we wouldn't be able to go to school.
You wouldn't go to school?
Yeah.
And you wouldn't be able to ride the train?
Yeah.
Pretty much. What about your living situation?
No food, like to get what food and
No
stuff.
food at all?
No.
There would
like
be
to
food.
go get groceries, like flood.
There would be food.
Yeah, but how would they get it there?
So you wouldn't be able to get food or go to school?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen. Have a good day. How do you feel about rising sea levels, first of all?
Wow.
Wow, I hadn't thought about them until now.
Never?
Really? Because I've been
Yeah.
thinking about them a lot
Have
lately.
you? I really don't think about them.
Not really?
No,
Well,
no.
in about 50 years, this will probably be one of the first places to flood. Do you ever think about that?
I really don't.
Let me ask you this. Do you see any
Go ahead.
I'll ask
job
him.
opportunities coming about if the city were to flood, let's say?
I'd say for like the wet vac people maybe,
Yeah?
but but other than that, I mean, deep sea divers, fish.
Fish?
Fish.
Lots of, fishing would be...
Fishing would be huge.
Would be
Why?
huge.
Maybe the oysters would come back that used to line the
right.
East River.
There you go.
Yeah. No, but inform me because I was unaware of all of this. Please.
Well, how do you feel about how would it affect your life?
If the city flooded in 50 years,
Yes.
if I was still alive, I'd probably have to move
Probably have to move.
quickly.
Do you live on the first floor?
I do not. I do not.
Third floor.
Third floor. So,
So you'd have to move. I live on 8. You'd have to move quicker than me.
I would. Or buy a boat. And get to
there
work
you go.
that
Because
way.
the transportation, because the subways
Right,
will
the
be
subways
flooded.
would. So we would become like Venice.
Venice.
Beautiful. I've
I-
never
you
been.
know what?
Have
I
you
hope
ever
it
been?
floods.
Have
No,
you
I've
ever
never
I've
been.
never
I
been.
hope it
Have you
does.
ever been to Venice?
Yes, I have.
It's beautiful, no?
So there'd be gondolas in the streets.
There would be
of-
gondolas.
in
There
New
we
York.
go. I love
I've
it.
got
You
new
know what?
opportunities, gondola
There you go.
drivers. Are you a gondola
Boat
driver
neck sweater.
or gondola captain?
There you go. That's
Well,
a new job opportunity. That
Okay,
would
so we're
probably
making
come about.
progress
We're
here.
pro-flooding.
Okay.
Pro flooding. Well, thank you very much. Let Michael Meyer know, our CEO, about
Okay.
how you feel about future.
Are you sure you want us to let him know?
If you want to, it's
No,
entirely
it's
up.
You want.
It's if you want to.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a good day. How do you feel about rising sea levels?
How do I feel about them? Not good.
Not good.
No.
Are you frightened by it?
In the long term, yes, of course.
Do you see any job opportunities coming about for New York if that were to happen?
Job opportunities in terms of water rising. I would assume there would be created to deal with a problem like that, but I don't see that happening now at all, no.
Not at all. Do you have children?
Yep, this one right here.
How do you think his life would be affected if
Pretty severely. Pretty severely. We're on an island that's surrounded by water, and the more it rises, the more all of our buildings and roadways and everything go underwater.
and
So,
the transportation,
yep,
the
everything's
subways,
flooded.
buses?
Yep. A couple movies have been made about that, I'm sure.
I'm sure. Have you seen 2012?
Yes, I have. Yep. Yep.
Well, thank you very much for
Okay.
your time. Let Michael Meyer, our CEO, know how you feel about rising sea levels.
Okay, great.
Thank you. How do you feel about rising sea levels in New York City?
Well, it's probably not a good thing. Because of the beaches and all that.
And we're on an island, too.
We're on an island, and with global warming and all that, it's probably not good.
Yeah. Do you see any job opportunities that New York would get if the sea levels were to rise and flood the city?
Do I see any job opportunities? Probably something would come out of this, because somebody's going to have to take care of this. Somebody's going to, as you will, mop up. And then there's going to be, I don't know if they'll need to build levees or sewer issues, or
Like what they did in Katrina in New Orleans to prop the houses up.
well, they can't do that
With the
with
skyscrapers.
all these buildings. Yeah, no, it's too late for that. But they'd have to probably maybe raise, the seawalls or something to not go over.
And about transportation, too, as well. Our subways would be flooded.
Subways would be flooded. Anything underground. There's a lot of shopping underground, as would probably New Jersey on the other side would
There you go.
probably get flooded as well.
So the whole New York metro area.
Yeah, and I could see, like, the sewer systems backing up because of the extra water and the extra capacity.
Well, thank you so much for your time
You're
today. And let
welcome.
Michael Meyer know, our CEO, how you feel about rising sea levels.
Okay.
Thank you very much, ma'am. How do you feel about rising sea levels in New York City?
I don't know. I mean, rising sea levels in New York
With
City.
the climate change,
I-
flooding.
Frightening.
Yeah,
Frightening.
that's a
yes.
good word.
Are
That's
you,
a very good choice of
are
words.
you frightened by it?
Here in New York City,
Well,
it depends on what floor you live.
Well, in about 50 years, this will be one of the first places to flood with the climate change.
In 50 years, let's see. I'll be 37 in December.
You'll still be alive.
I'll be here.
Do you see any
Um,
job opportunities coming about with the rising sea levels in New York?
I don't know, more EMS workers.
More EMS workers?
Yeah.
What about construction?
Yeah, I can see a need for that. Bridges and,
That's
right.
a constant here.
Right?
Construction is a constant in New York City, so it's not like
It's constantly
But
happening.
not because of the sea level rising.
Well, you
I
have
don't
to be
think-
building more like buildings that's a lot higher.
How do you think it would affect your lives?
Well, I wouldn't want to choose to live on the first floor.
Do you live on the first floor currently?
Yes.
Yes.
So that means you would probably have to move, right?
Well, the first floor here is like, we're up high enough. About
Third
the third
floor,
window
depending
right
how
there
high
is about the
you
first
think
Sea
so?
floor.
level goes up.
Yeah, you think it's gonna rise that high?
I mean, I'm not sure. I can't predict,
Like to
but
call-
it will happen.
You think so? Why?
Because the climate's global warming, climate changes, sea levels are rising, the Arctic is melting.
This is true.
It's true.
It is true. But do you think it would affect us?
You're on an island surrounded by water, so.
I don't like to
Yes.
look at New York City as an island.
It is an island.
Excuse me.
Well, thank you very much for your time. Let Michael Meyer, our CEO, know how you feel about future sea levels
Kinda
rise.
looks kinda frightening.
Don't be frightened by him. Thank you very much. Do you see any any job opportunities coming about if New York City were to be flooded?
Sure. Scuba lessons.
Scuba lessons.
Squeegee guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, jobs if the rising sea levels
Well,
take over flood Manhattan.
Construction, transportation, it would affect you, right? Because you wouldn't be able to take the subway.
Water taxis. Is that what you're talking about?
Water taxis, more water taxis.
Sure. I mean, yeah, I guess.
How would it affect your life?
I would probably have to move.
You would move. You wouldn't
Yeah, the
put
island-
up with the water at all. You would
Well, I
move.
mean, we're on the island, so I think if they did rise significantly, we'd be underwater, right? We'd be almost drowning.
You don't see gondolas.
No,
in
I
the
think we'd
streets
have to
in New York.
move. Like, what are we talking? 20 feet? 10 feet?
Give or
A
take.
foot? Give or
Maybe 20
take.
feet.
20 feet? No, we'd all be dead.
No?
Or yeah, if they rose that much, we'd be dead. We have to move.
Okay.
And I love Manhattan.
Okay.
I love New York, so I hope that doesn't happen.
Well, I love New York too,
Yeah.
but if you love it, tell Mr.
Oh.
Michael Meyer, our CEO, how you feel about rising sea levels.
Who is he?
He's our CEO of our corporation, Future Waterproof Corporation.
Oh, so you guys are going to make Manhattan waterproof?
Pretty
or
much.
going to try?
We're going to try.
Very good.
Thank you
All
for
right.
your time.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Have a good day.